I just have a hard time believing that a guy who was smart enough to find out where the CEO was going to be, smart enough to 3D print the weapon that he was going to use, smart enough to get a silencer and get special bullets or whatever from what I've seen to actually commit the crime was then caught at a Mickey D's. Like, I'm
like, really, nigga?
What's up, world? Welcome back to Cancel Thoughts. It's your boy, Better Days here. By now, everybody's heard a little bit about the murder of the United Healthcare CEO, and what they're telling us now is that an arrest has been made on who they're telling us is the suspect of that murder. And I say who they're telling us because I'm a little bit skeptical about this entire situation, guys. I don't necessarily believe all the things that were being told, but I'm going to be showing you guys a clip today kind of breaking that news. So hit like, hit subscribe, and let's get right into it.
Overnight, Manhattan prosecutors filing a murder charge against Luigi Mangione for last week's shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, gunned down in the streets of Midtown Manhattan as he was visiting for a conference. Police launching a multi-state manhunt. A senior law enforcement official confirming to NBC News that a handwritten note saying in part, "These parasites had it coming."
One of the issues that I have with all of these mainstream media outlets is, did you guys notice the picture that they chose of that United Healthcare CEO person? It just looks like a very, very nice man. It looks like he's a very calm person. He wouldn't necessarily ever hurt a fly, but he's also simultaneously the CEO of a company that's been essentially denying people their claims for a very long time now. It's just, to me, it's just, you got to pay attention to some of these ways that the media kind of twists things and just like creates narratives, and they kind of show this little like mugshot here or whatever of the guy that they're saying murdered him, and it's just, to me, it's just a little bit suspicious.
Was recovered. The 26-year-old suspect was captured Monday, recognized by an employee at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, 5 days after the murder and 280 miles away. Police say Mangione's identity was not on their radar until the sighting.
No, we did not have his name prior to today.
Officer Tyler Fry, just 6 months on the job, responded with his partner.
He was wearing a blue medical mask. As soon as we pulled that down, or we asked him to pull it down, me and my partner and I recognized him immediately.
The arresting officers asking him if he had been in New York City recently.
He became visibly nervous, kind of shaking at that question.
According to the complaint, Mangione initially gave police a fake New Jersey driver's license, the same one police say was used to book a room at a Manhattan hostel. The charging documents also revealing when officers searched his backpack, they found a black 3D printed pistol and silencer. Mangione was born and raised in Maryland, his last known address in Hawaii. The high school valedictorian later graduated from the Ivy League school UPenn in 2020 with a master's degree in computer science. The Mangione family reacting to the news, writing they're shocked and devastated by Luigi's arrest. And
all right, I'm sorry, guys. I just listen, a lot of people feel a lot of ways about this, and I'm like not even necessarily talking against or for this. I just have a hard time believing that a guy who was smart enough to find out where the CEO was going to be, smart enough to 3D print the weapon that he was going to use, smart enough to get a silencer and get special bullets or whatever from what I've seen to actually commit the crime was then caught at a Mickey D's. Like, I'm
like, really, nigga?
I'm sorry, G. I have a hard time believing that. People, you can believe whatever the hell you want to believe. I'm not telling you what to believe. I just have a personal hard time believing some of that, because to me, it just seems a little bit like something that you would write up in like a play or a movie or some shit. That aside, I want to say this as well. I don't necessarily advocate for violence on this channel, and I never advocate for violence on this channel. And this is by no stretch of the imagination me advocating for violence on this channel. But I find it hard to feel bad for people who get murdered because they kind of profit off of the hurt or the pain of other people. Now, this CEO is somebody, from what I've been seeing and from what I've been told, was somebody who was the head of a healthcare company who pretty much denied people insurance coverage because that's how you make money in that sector of the economy or whatever.
Which is disturbing.
I don't necessarily feel bad for this. I can't. And I'm sure a lot of people are with me when they say that as well, because I have a hard time like looking to you as a victim. Like, sure, you getting murdered and you getting shot on the head is like bad, and we shouldn't necessarily be like championing this stuff in our society or whatever, but you've also kind of figuratively been murdering people for a very long time now.
Extending their prayers to the Thompson family. The case sparking global interest and some online backlash against the insurance industry. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro speaking out overnight.
I understand people have real frustration with our healthcare system. This killer is being hailed as a hero. Hear me on this. He is no hero. The real hero in this story is the person who called 911.
United Health Group, the parent company to United Healthcare, released a statement overnight saying that they hope this arrest provides at least some relief for family and friends. We also know that he will be in court again for his next scheduled court appearance on December 23rd.
But I have some final thoughts on this in that I don't necessarily think this is the last that we're going to see of this. A lot of people kind of have a lot of issues with this particular like insurance company or whatever, but you can make this case for a lot of CEOs and a lot of industries and a lot of companies. And I don't necessarily think like people are talking about this very much, but I could see a lot of people being murdered over the next couple of years because a lot of people are struggling out here and a lot of people are honestly not able to afford their lives. And it seems like these companies and these CEOs that run these companies, and not just the CEOs, but everybody who's kind of in a position of power in these companies, are kind of being like predatory against a lot of the people who really have no way to kind of support themselves and really like need or depend on some of the stuff that they like. Listen, I want to say earlier this week or so, I saw a post from Elon Musk on, I want to say it was X, and he was getting into one of his driverless cars. And this is just an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. He was getting into one of his driverless cars and he's saying Tesla's going to be releasing their driverless cars later or something this year or like starting next year or something like that. And my immediate thought to that, and again, I'm not advocating for any violence whatsoever on any of these people. Okay. I'm not doing that at all. But my immediate thought was that, can you imagine how many people are going to be losing their jobs the minute those cars get released? Literally overnight, you're going to be wiping out entire people's livelihoods. And it seems like he doesn't care. And it seems like he's just forging ahead. Like, listen, this is the wealthiest person on earth. Like, his net worth, I think, has crossed 400 billion now. Like, and he's just continuing to be going. And listen, Elon Musk is somebody that I respect. And I think he's one of the most intelligent people who has ever lived.
Don't get it twisted.
I just find it hard to believe that you're creating these technologies and it's just for the benefit of society. I cannot believe that. And I don't necessarily think you're one of those people who's dumb enough to not even consider some of the consequences of the things that you're doing. So imagine those people who are going to be put out on their ass because all they have is the ability to drive cars to be able to feed themselves and feed their families, that you're just going to be putting out of a job. You think a lot of those people are not going to be upset with you? So like when people say, well, this person wasn't hailed as shouldn't be hailed as a hero and this person is a murderer and whatnot. Yeah, that's true. But there's a lot of people out here who are doing a lot of things that are impacting a lot of people. And just because they're the heads of companies and they aren't directly murdering people doesn't mean they aren't indirectly murdering people as well. Because with my example with Elon Musk there, he's not directly taking a gun and shooting people, but he is kind of indirectly like ending people's lives. If you don't have enough to feed your family and the only way that you feed your family is in this industry that's about to be wiped out because of Elon Musk, you're going to feel some way about Elon Musk. I'm just saying, okay? And again, I'm not necessarily saying that this is a good thing for our society, but
things are about to get real intense.
You can only push so much and you can only be predatory so much until there's a backlash in terms of societal change. So those are just my thoughts on it, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. But I see this getting worse before it gets better because drastic change needs to be made in our society. Otherwise, we're just going to see a lot of people be homeless, and we've already been seeing a lot of wealth being transferred to some of these wealthy people. So it is what it is. Feel how you want to feel about what I just said, but it is the truth. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this video. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be with me, and I really do appreciate you. If you liked what you heard today, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you didn't like what you heard, thanks for watching the whole video. Consider leaving a comment in the comment section and telling me exactly what you disagreed with. Either way, thanks for joining me on this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.